Superlatives abound with this story. Can you run us through some of the numbers?
They do indeed. And before I get to the numbers, just a reminder for viewers that this is a company, it's essentially a financial services firm within an app. They offer payments, of course, but also insurance products, loans, credit scoring. So this is the value proposition for investors. They're looking at raising now $34.5 billion US. It's a dual listing, Shanghai and Hong Kong. It's going to give the company a valuation, Ant Group, of $315 billion US. Now, that puts it in line with JP Morgan. It makes it one of the most valuable companies on the planet, 4 times that of Goldman Sachs, by the way. In terms of the demand that we're seeing from investors in the offline offering, you've seen this stock and this IPO oversubscribed by about 284 times. The pricing, 68.8 yuan in Shanghai, about 80 Hong Kong dollars in Hong Kong. That's about 10 US dollars, just a little over 10 US dollars per share. And in terms of the timing, we're expecting it to list in Hong Kong November the 5th.
Now, what does this mean for Jack Ma's personal wealth? Of course, even before the IPO was pretty substantial. Where are we at now?
Yeah, he's doing quite well, Jack Ma. So he co-founded Alibaba with about 60,000 US dollars. He had been an English teacher. And then a few years ago, he spun off Ant Group, controversially, from Alibaba, but contained or remained, or continued to have, I should say, an 8.8% stake in Ant Group. So that 8.8% stake in the company for Jack Ma is now worth over 27 billion US dollars. That puts his total wealth at about 72 billion US dollars, just short of 72 billion US dollars. And in terms of where that puts him on the listing, the global listing of the wealthy, he is now the world's 11th richest person. That's above Larry Ellison of Oracle. It's above members of the Walmart family. So certainly Jack Ma has had a very, very good 2020.
Yeah, Tom, Jack Ma's not the only one who's had a good 2020. All this IPO activities made it an excellent year for China's brokers, hasn't it?
It's been a booming year, absolutely, for China's brokers. We've had, of course, the homecoming of those companies, Chinese companies listed in the US that want to have a dual listing in Hong Kong or on the mainland. And so China's brokers have taken advantage of that. The economy, of course, here is recovering in many countries, still far away from that kind of scenario. And the government has pushed through measures to open up the capital market. So all of that has fueled what has been a bumper year for China's brokers. You're looking now, if you look at the listings, the rankings for 2020, 24 out of the top 50 brokers are now Chinese, led by the likes of CICC. So in terms of underwriting, they're doing very well. In terms of asset management, they are still a long, long way from their peers and their competitors on Wall Street. So just an example of the 131 registered Chinese brokers, they have combined assets equal to Goldman Sachs. So still a long way on that front. But in terms of underwriting and IPOs, yes, it's been a stellar year for China's brokers.